Good morning and welcome to, well, it's the last day here at the Casino del Sol here in Tucson, Arizona. It's the CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series. We started with 64 players. We are now down to just 16. First day, first game on the stream today, as you can see, lagging off there. Fedor GORST from Russia and the legend, the Hall of Famer, Ralph SOUQUET. Ralph SOUQUET has won the lag and will break. We're playing 10 ball. It's two races to 4. With me in the commentary booth is Mr. Tony Robles. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Mark. Look at that. He made the 10 in the side pocket.
Wow.
To start off, what a way to start the day, huh?
And that's exactly the way we started the final last year. The last event of the year in Ohio, it was Mario He, and actually started with 2 golden breaks. And of course, it does count on the break here, so it's 1-0 already within about 1
seconds.
second.
Yeah, seconds. Yeah, wow. I mean that, but I mean Ralph hit those really good. I mean he really hit those good. I think one of the maybe a ball from the bottom hit the bottom rail and kicked it in the side, but
you know, I think he's the oldest player in the event. And he was the first player here this morning, around about 8:15. He was on this table practicing. He's practiced his break. He's practiced his run out.
Yeah.
He's practiced the 10 ball just in case it goes to the 10 ball shootout.
Yeah, I saw him doing that before I came to the booth. But man, now you really made me feel old, Mark, because I'm actually older than Ralph. Yeah. Look how good he hit those.
You're not.
Oh, look, that ball kicked that 10 ball off the table again, even though it didn't go in. Kicked it up again. Man, he hit those good. Isn't it amazing, Mark, how someone can hit the rack that good and come up dry? You know, and then sometimes you play a match and someone hits the balls like really bad and 2 or 3 balls go in the pocket.
Yeah, and sometimes it looks like a carom table. Looks like there's no pockets on the table.
He has no choice but to play safe here. Did he hit it with enough speed to hide it? I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just about nice. I don't know what Ralph's like at jumping. Is he a jumper?
Oh, yeah.
Certainly a fit guy, does lots of running. First time I met him actually was in Milton Keynes at the World Pool Championships, and he was in his shorts and sneakers. He just got back from a run. True story.
Yeah. Well, when he stayed at our house a couple of years ago for the World Pool Series, he had those same shorts on and he was jogging almost every day. He was telling me how he hadn't done it for a long time because of the pandemic and he wanted to start over again.
Well, it was a good hit, but, well, are you going for this one ball or are you going to keep it tight to start with, Tony?
No. You definitely had to play safe here. There's just no way to control the cue ball for the 2 here. You have too many obstacles.
Behind the 4, can he get?
He can either go behind the 4 or send the 1 past the 9 ball and have the cue ball run into the 8 ball. Maybe even call the 10 ball just in case it skims off the 8 ball and makes a 10 in the corner. But the problem with that shot is he has to stun it a bit if he goes for the 10. So you really want to maintain control. The other thing is hit the 1 on the opposite side and send the cue ball 2 rails past the 4 ball. So he has some options here. Oh, he did go for the 10 ball.
The 10 ball. Well, he wants an early 10 as well. He's saying, well, Ralph, you've had one, I want one.
Yeah. Well, he put him in a pretty bad spot there, and Ralph needs to make sure he hits this, because if not, he's capable of taking ball in hand and shooting a 110 combo, you know?
So what an event it's been here. I mean, last night there was the most unbelievable atmosphere I've ever experienced. I mean,
watched it.
It equaled Moscone Cup.
Yeah.
It was amazing, wasn't it? What a shootout.
Yeah, I was listening to you and George. It was pretty awesome. Wow, look how good he hit that.
Oh, that's a great kick. And really, really had to hit that, didn't he?
Wow,
as you said,
he hit it great.
Didn't want to leave the 110 combo. And he's got him back, look. This is turning into a jumping competition.
Yeah. And Mark, I've had a number of top players come to me and tell me that they think that Fedor is the best jumper on the tour right now. That's high praise.
Yeah,
it's high praise. So supposedly he not just makes contact, which everyone does, but he makes them a lot. So that's very impressive. That one he
nearly
might have
made
jumped
that.
it a little too much.
Well, there's a chance at the 1-3 combo. Or he can just nestle in behind that 4 ball if he wants as well. Get him hooked up. Another 6 matches here for you today, and we will know who will win the first prize of $25,000 and be crowned Arizona champion. Fedor GORST, of course, is the reigning champion. Right, decided to go for the combo.
He jumped just a little bit on that one, just a little bit.
Yeah, Fedor beat Roberto Gomez last night to reach the last 16. And Ralph SOUQUET overcame Michael Schneider.
Well, he definitely, you know, got a chance to redeem himself after that nightmarish match that he had against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz yesterday.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Fedor after that game and said, you know, what happened there? I've never seen you play so bad. And he simply said, I have never played that bad in my life. Never.
Wow.
He said he just couldn't feel his arm. It just felt like somebody else's. You know that feeling.
Well, absolutely.
We've all been there.
No, and it's frustrating because he was by the Predator booth where they have a Predator table there for practice, and he was there for about an hour before the match. So it's not like he didn't, you know, warm up or anything, but sometimes no matter how much you warm up, you know, it happens. You just have those days, those matches. Wow, what a hell of a shot.
What a great shot. You know, sometimes I wish my arm felt like somebody else's all the time, and that somebody else's is Fedor GORST.
He is such a great talent. He really is.
Yeah, one of my favourites to watch. Great player. And what a future, just 22 years old.
That's insane. I want to take this time to say hi to Mama GORST, his mom, right? Yeah. Who usually watches all his matches, and to Christina Takash.
Christina, another good talent on the ladies tour.
Yeah.
When we go to Vegas in March, there's going to be a big ladies event there as well for the first time.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
That's great.
So much to look forward to this year.
Oh, yeah. And I also want to say hi to Ralph SOUQUET's wife, Illy. Hi, Illy. It's been a while. Well, it looks like he's going to play this billiard. He sees enough to play the billiard, but I think he still needs to get good on it.
Yeah, just looking.
You know, he doesn't want to overhit it and end up on the wrong side, or, you know, on the right side of the table, because if not, it takes away the
If he doesn't finish with the billiard, he could also always play the 6 off the back of the 10, I believe. I just saw a gap enough to do that. See how
he's
he gets
there.
on
He
it.
got there. He got there.
Has he got there?
Oh, yeah.
He's got to be careful with the double kiss here, isn't he?
Well, he has to hit it soft. He doesn't want to hit this hard, that's for sure. You want to throw it as much as you can. I mean,
so could be another early 10 to go 2-0 up,
yep.
And in it goes. So 2 early 10s, Tony, to start this first match of day. Well, it's the last day. It's day 4. Yeah. What a terrific event this has been. It's had everything. Looking out now, it's not just this table that's going on at the moment. We still have the other 5 tables in play. When we'll bring you some scores when we have them. Kang Lee is over there playing against Chris Reinhold, who I believe is the last American standing. Looking around, we have Mieszko Fortuński also in action. He's playing against Lithuanian Pius Labutis. We've got an all Austrian clash going on the table right next to us. Max Lechner is against Albin Ocean, and I think, just looking there, I think Albin Ocean has taken the first 2 racks in that.
Yes, that's correct.
2-0, and then Conrad Musician
is just warming up for the next round.
Warming up, yeah. So there you go. Here we go back to the action. Fedor GORST to break 1-1.
Well, he controlled the cue ball there, made the 2 ball in the corner.
2 goes in the corner.
And when this break is on, it's like he's like unstoppable.
Yeah, unfortunately, no shot at the one. Now, is he going to kick and stick this 1 ball?
Well, it all depends if he can get it past those 2 balls. Actually, not two. Well, the 3, 4, 5 by the side pocket. He needs to make sure that he doesn't run into them, because if he does, he could sell out in the side pocket. He can also try to play the 9 ball.
I think he's got an edge here. Yeah, I'm looking down the line, right down the line here, and he's just got the faintest of edges. What he doesn't want to do is come off the back of the 9, and I don't think he can get off the back.
No,
of the
he
9.
could. He could go off the back of the 9 and scratch if he hits it full enough. He has just enough room to do that. You know, he just has to be careful. Just has to hit it right. He has to hit the cue ball right to make sure that he prevents the cue ball from going underneath the 9. But he has to hit it with speed. See, I would have hit it with speed. He was trying to control the 1 too much. I think he needed to hit it with speed to have the 1 ball come back up table, because he was going to hit the 9 too solid anyway if he made it, and it was going to stop the cue ball there.
Yeah, a little grimace from Fedor as he walked back to his chair. He knows he's given a little bit of a chance, but not a great layout here, Tony, really. A few little problems. 6 is not easy to get on. Yeah,
well, I mean, thing here with Ralph, I mean, he's such a great shot maker too. Not just he has impeccable cue ball control. You know, he's the complete package. You know, Ralph actually has an opportunity here to draw 1 rail and try to bring it by the 6-8 and play the 3 ball in the corner. Unless he plans on playing a safe on the 3 ball, but he's cueing it low, so it looks like he is going to go that 1 rail and come back. Look how good he hit that one.
Oh, brilliant. Wants to come past, wants to slow up. He's okay.
Yep.
He'll settle for that.
He just barely made it there.
He'll settle for that, Tony. Now.
Well, if he can't make the 4 in the corner, you know, he can always leave the cue ball by where the 3 is and shoot a stop shot and place it behind the 5 ball. So it all depends how he lands here. I can't tell from here if he has a big angle or not.
Maybe come 3 rails around the back of the 10.
I don't think he has a choice. Oh, he was able to kill it. Beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful. So now, you know, he has a slight bit of an angle. So I don't know if he's going to push the 5 ball slightly so that the cue ball can run through it and play the 5 in the lower right-hand pocket. Or if he's going to hit it low and play it in the same pocket. The question is, does the 6 go? Oh, he missed it. Yeah. And
that's the problem, isn't it? He's trying to steal a little bit of an angle there, wasn't he?
And the thing is here, I just noticed, I'm looking at it from the other angle, the 6-8 looked like it's on for the side pocket. But, you know, over here, if he decides to just run into the 6 now, Ralph just left him at a prime spot to just barely nudge it and end up with a shot on the 5. Unless he's just going to try to avoid it. He's going to avoid it. If he avoided that, then there's a good chance that that 6 goes past the 10. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why he's played it where it is, isn't it? They're just looking now.
You know, the tricky part is he has to get really good on the 6. He doesn't want to end up stopping it there, because if he does and has to go 2 rails, he has to contend with the 9 ball, which is not good. But he wants to get at least straight on this if possible, just almost, you know, slight angle. And he has some of the best cue ball control I've ever seen, not just for you know, most shots, but especially for draw shots. I mean, this kid, he hits a ball, and if he has to draw it exactly 3.5 inches, he'll draw it exactly 3.5 inches. Yeah. It's something beautiful to watch.
He's a great feel player. You can see that he actually feels the shot.
See, that's the angle I was talking about. He got really nice on that one.
Maybe just slightly awkward cueing, but at least he's got a big gap between the 9 and the cue ball. Get his hand on the table.
Where he made sure he guarded against him overdrawing the ball, you know.
Look at this, just such easy strokes the cue ball around. Finished more or less perfect, just run off the back rail, Tony, and it's looking like 2-1. Last 3 balls. I made a prediction at the start of the tournament that it would be a repeat of last year's Arizona Open Fedor GORST against Carlo Biardo. Carlo Biardo went out last night in a shootout to Estonian Dennis Grabe. Brilliant performance. We saw quite a few shootouts yesterday.
Dennis is tough to beat in that shootout. He just hits that shot so well. I mean, and that's not even talking about his game period. He's one of the best players on the planet. So
great player, great on the Euro Tour. He's won a few. And as we always say, it's not easy to win a Euro Tour.
No.
So here we go then. This 10 ball to lead 2-1 in the opening set on the final day of the Arizona Open here in the Casino del Sol in Tucson. It may not be hot outside, but it's certainly hot in this arena. There it is, 2-1. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back to Casino del Sol. Fedor GORST breaking off in the first match of the final day here. The CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series Arizona Open. He leads 2-1. With me in the booth for the first match, George having a little bit of a lay-in this morning. With me in the booth is Mr. Tony Robles.
Always glad to be here, buddy. Once again, he hit the rack dead solid and controlled the cue ball, and that's why he wound up with a shot on the one ball. You know, a former coach of mine used to tell me for years, he said, do me a favor, break the balls, and no matter where the cue ball ends up, place it in the center of the table afterwards and see how many times you end up with a shot. And 90% of the time I wound up with a shot on the one. He said that's why you need to learn how to control the cue ball and stop it by the center of the table.
Yeah, very good.
It's not that no one tries to do it. It's just, you know, it's hard to do when you're hitting at that speed. It's like any other shot. You have to master it.
Yeah, Fedor has changed his break, and I know Tyler has as well. And I'm sure a few other players are going to follow suit. They're staying still a lot more on the 10 ball instead of on the break instead of jumping up, and flicking the leg out. A little bit of pace off it. Yeah. More accuracy, and they're invariably making a ball more often. Just to bring you a quick update on the table outside, the big Austrian matchup between Max Lechner and Albin Ocean. Albin has taken a 3-0 lead. And just made the 10 ball and won the first set. Well, there you go then. Right on cue. Thanks for that, Tony. You're right up to date. Albin Ocean up 1-0. Right here, I like leaving the cue ball between the 3 and the 5 because all he has to do is just tap it. That way,
gives him just enough angle to come for the 4.
Oh, wow, he's played that to perfection. He's got the speed of the table. He's in stroke, and he's dangerous when he's like this.
Yeah. Over here, I would imagine he wants to go between the 5 and the 7 to end up with enough angle on the 4 to play the 4 and the 5 in the same pocket. Because if he goes the other route, he needs to get pretty good on that. Let's see.
Yeah, he's all right on this. But would have liked a bit more of an angle.
I think he went. He got a little straighter than what he wanted, but he should be fine. Remember I told you earlier that he's really good at drawing the cue ball with control. This is a perfect example here. If he chooses to play the 5 ball on the side.
Yeah.
Yep, look how good he hit that.
Yeah, and you know what I like about that shot? He came back to the rail. No chance of under-hitting the draw.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot. A little bit close, okay, but he's favourite to make this.
Well, the angle he has here, it's hard for me to tell from where I'm sitting if he can get past the 7 without touching it, or if he's going to draw one rail and play the 7 in the upper right-hand pocket. Or maybe just go underneath it. If he can hit it low enough, he can go between the 7 and the rail. That's the ideal shot. Yep, he did. That's perfect.
Yeah, just like that. Well controlled. And he is in perfect control. You might be able to hear a little bit of noise. There's lots of other tables here. We've got 40 7-foot bar box tables where the Arizona State Championships is going on. About 500 players all playing for prize money, you know, of around $40,000. And that's for an amateur event. And of course, total prize fund here of $75,000.
He overhit that just a hair. So he's going to either have to kill it with draw or just hit it nice and soft and go 2 rails with some spin. There's a preference. How you prefer to shoot this one, Mark? With low draw, no spin, just to kill the speed of the cue ball? Or what he's doing? He's
going
hitting it
round.
Yeah,
he's
like
going
that.
round the table. No. Oh, he's not.
Wow. Oh, he missed it. He missed it.
Yeah,
I
cannot believe he played
missed it
like that.
He missed it, yeah.
Wow, deceleration.
But you see how crazy this game is? Just because he overran it a bit on the 8 ball, you know, he had to slow roll it, and he just you know, lost a little focus there.
We saw yesterday a similar type of shot from Francisco Sanchez Ruiz when he had the 9 ball in the side, and he was trying to hold the cue ball, and he decelerated, and that's exactly what Fedor done then. Decelerated on the way through, didn't complete the stroke, and missed the 9 ball. And Ralph is in 2-2 now.
And we went from going to the hill 3-1 to now at 2-2, 2 apiece. So
we say so often in the booth, don't we, how one shot can change a complete match. I'm not saying it's going to change the whole match in this situation, but it certainly has given Ralph a big confidence boost by Fedor missing that 9 ball.
Oh yeah, big time.
And he didn't even miss it thick; he missed it thin.
Yeah, he overcut it by at least a good half inch, you know.
So we are going to be bringing you 6 games today. This is the first one, and the last one that we bring you today will be the final. Who's going to be in the final, Tony? Give us not a prediction. Give us a little guess.
This is it's anyone's guess as to who's going to win. I mean, you know, most of my favorite players are still in, but you know,
let's go through.
I've always loved Conrad and Mieszko's tournament. Conrad, not only because they're good kids, but man, they're such great talent. You know, Conrad and Mieszko. But then you have, I mean, Lord have mercy, the cue ball control that Fedor GORST has. I think it all depends on what he does this match and what Ralph does this match. You can never count Ralph out. It's anyone's tournament, really. I haven't been able to pick a favorite yet, according to what I've seen this week.
Fair comment. Here we go. Ralph SOUQUET to break off. Then we're level here. 2-2. Now then, anything down? No, nothing. We're dry in the Arizona desert.
I'm going to say take this time to do a special shout out to my wife Gail and my son Antonio Robles.
You know this isn't a
Yeah.
radio show, don't you?
Yeah. And my other son Jonathan Robles. Yeah.
Hi guys.
Yeah. How's it going? This is a Tony and Mark podcast here.
You can do whatever you want. You're a legend. I can't believe you're not a Hall of Famer.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I want to say hi to a friend of mine, actually, Kelly Fisher, who was inducted to the Hall of Fame last year with Torsten Holman, and two very worthwhile recipients of that title as well.
They definitely
done so
deserve
much
both
for
of
the
them.
game, both of them, haven't they? Hope you're watching, Kelly. Hope you're well there in Scotland.
So what a great safety shot by Federer there. Ralph might have to bend the cue ball a bit here just to make sure he gets past the 6 ball.
He's got him in jail here.
Yeah. It's very tough to hit this ball. I think he's looking to see if he can go in between them and hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad shot. See, when it comes to kicks like this, I don't think so much about the 2 ball at all. I just hit it to where I believe I'm just going to barely miss a 6. You know, if you start worrying, I got to go between
about
2.
too many balls.
No,
you're
you just say, let me just focus on making sure I don't hit the 6. And if you do that, there's a good chance you're going to hit that 1 ball.
Here we go then. Between the 6 and the 2.
Oh, you see, that's the only thing that he tried to compensate for, but he didn't, because the speed that he hit it, if you look at the angle that I saw it from, as soon as that cue ball came off the first rail, it tailed off a little bit to the right. You know, it slid a little bit. So if the cloth had been worn out, it would have followed the direct line of the 1. So when you're hitting
slid slightly,
it just curved enough just to go right towards the 6. And I'm pretty sure he was trying to take that into consideration because, you know, he knows the game that well. But, you know, sometimes no matter how hard you try, it's still tricky. You know, it's still tricky.
Yeah, so ball in hand then for Federer to take the lead once again and get on the hill. Had a great chance in the last one. 2 to the 3. Maybe the key shot here in this rack. Played that with a lot of English to hold it back to give himself the angle. Now, can he get past the 5 ball?
I don't think so. I mean, he might be able to, but he's going to have to really focus more on making the ball. He can hit it slightly above the center and creep past the 5 ball. He's good, but I feel more secure shooting a safe here, to be honest with you. He did go for the safe, but he hit the point. He still got him. I mean, it's obvious he wasn't trying to play the shot because he would have hit it with more speed to go, you know, towards the 3. Yeah. But he definitely didn't want to hit the point.
Yeah, he's just pointing there. The centre pocket's in the way. The side pocket is right where he wants to hit there. So he's going to have to come up with something else. He's looking at the Z shot here, or the Z shot, as you say, this side of the pond.
But he's definitely, I don't think he wants to hit it dead square. I think he wants to hit one side or the other to make sure that he can separate cue ball from the object. Oh, he missed it. That's a surprise. That's a very surprising.
Well, 2 fouls in a row. From Ralph.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. You just don't see that. You just don't see that. Believe me, you just don't see that.
Does he now? Yeah, he's going to take the run out, isn't he? Go for the run out.
Well, you have the run out. You know, one rule that I have when it comes to a situation like this is, number 1, what's the likelihood of you getting any top player on 3 fouls, right? Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, I don't believe in giving your opponent an extra turn at the table when you have the opportunity to run out, because that one extra turn you give them might be the opportunity that they need to get lucky and either kick the ball in or hit it and leave you safe, you know, whatever.
Yeah, great point. And he's doing a lot of mountain climbing this morning. Once again, he's on Mount Everest here,
he's
Tony,
on Mount Everest again. The good thing about this is that he's not super close to the 10 ball. He might be able to kill the cue ball here a bit. But he has to be careful not to overhit it, because he doesn't want to overrun it and then have to end up behind the 9 ball.
Yeah, that looks just about
absolutely perfect. He has such an incredible touch. He really does. He works very, very hard on his game.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Just the way he stroked that, the little stun run through, we call it. You call it stun follow.
Stun follow, that's correct. It's a slower version of follow.
I'm waiting to hear a few of your lovely little snippets of the little sayings that you have uptown, downtown.
Yeah. Well, now he has to come downtown a bit for the 7, but
oh, he hasn't come far enough. Has he come far enough?
Yeah, but he can always stop it there until, well, no, he can't stop it there. I just look at it from this angle, and it's actually the 8 ball looks tougher. I think he wanted to get you the dead straight on the opposite side of the 3 there. I mean, of the 7.
It's a guy in the
looks
front.
like he's going to go up and down. Downtown and back uptown.
Well, he could have got there by just stopping the cue ball.
Look how good he hit that, though, Mark. Look how good he hit that.
Oh, look. Oh, it's a great shot. Ran and ran and ran that cue ball, didn't it? Table is playing beautiful, and they have done all week. The players very, very happy with the new one slate Predator Apex table.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, you've played on them. How do they play, Tony?
Absolutely love them. I'm getting one for my house.
Quick shout out to our other sponsors, Kamui.
So, quick question: would you like to go follow here or draw 1 rail?
He's drawing that.
Or go 2 rails.
He's just hitting the ball so well at the moment. He could just do what he wants with it, can't he?
It's a preference shot.
Nothing's a problem. So this 10 ball then, it's heating up 3-1. We'll be back right after a very quick break. Back to this last 16 match between Fedor GORST at the table. They're about to break off, leading 3-2, not 3-1 as I said before the break. It is early here, and we were here late last night. With me, Tony Robles. Okay, so another good break. Made a ball. I think it was the 2 ball actually, went in the corner. What do you do from here, Tony?
You notice that 1 and that 4 keeps stopping around that area.
So I just thought that.
Yeah.
He's got the same safety behind the 4 if he wants, or can go either way.
Yeah, I mean the other possibility is, you know, overcut the one, send it towards the 4, and have the cue ball go 2 rails behind the 7, the 6, possibly the 5. The 5 is be a little more difficult to get behind the 5 because then he has to get closer to the corner pocket. Can he get? Can he get there? Absolutely. If he decides to cut it in, but I like the safety here. It's just too much traffic going on here for you to try to make the 1 ball
I'll
and play
tell you
position
what,
on 3.
would he be tempted to make this 1 ball? Look where the 3 is in
Yeah.
relation to the 10. 2 already down, of course.
Well-
He's an aggressive player. I think he's going for this.
He might go for the bottom rail and go in between the 9 and the 10. You know? See? Look at that.
He might even bump the 10
Yeah.
on. Oh, nearly.
I think he was trying to go past the 3 ball and play it in the corner.
So he's going to have to use the bridge here, turn it on its end, turn it into what we call a spider.
Some people call it the Batman bridge.
Yeah.
I've always called it the Batman bridge.
Yeah, me too. George didn't understand what I meant when I said Batman Bridge. I thought
Well,
everyone
it's a
called it.
batarang. It's a batarang that he
exactly.
throws.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too.
I would try to lead the cue ball here behind the 9 and the 10. You know, send the 3 ball up, come off the bottom cushion, and try to put it as close to the 10 as possible.
Yeah, 3 ball behind the 8-ish, something like that, in the middle of the top rail. Oh, he's played it easy. Look, what a great shot that is. Keep it simple, Tony.
Yeah. No, he's got the touch. He's got the touch.
That's what your friend Buddy Hall used to say, right? I know I bring him up because I know what an influence he was on your game.
Yeah, he said, Buddy always said, whenever in doubt, do whatever comes easiest, even if it means not putting your opponent behind the ball, but still leaving them a difficult shot or an awkward angle to get to the next shot, you know?
Just flicking off the edge of that. Now then, is he going to bump the 8? He's left the shot. Now I think he takes this down this bottom corner, Tony. Comes it back to the centre of the table for the 4.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he feels comfortable stopping it there and shooting the 4, then that's fine. But knowing him, his cue ball control is so good. I'll be surprised if he doesn't shoot it in the corner and then end up coming towards the center of the table.
Yeah.
Because if he gets almost dead straight on the 4, just a slight angle on the 4, he doesn't have to do much to come off the rail or draw for the 5 ball. He overcut that.
Yeah, I think maybe the shot clock might just, you know, when that shot clock goes off, it does avert a little bit of your attention. You can't help but hear it, and it will put you off.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not human if it doesn't. You know, it's going to creep in the back of your mind no matter what, because once you hear, you say, man, I better shoot it before the 5 seconds are up. Yeah,
and he'd already used his extension. Just to let you know, you have 60 seconds after the break or a push out to decide, and then it's 30-second shot clock for every other shot, and each player will get 1 30-second extension per rack.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, he might have left him a piece of the 3, and if he did,
up behind the 4.
Yeah, he called the bank. Oh, I guess he wants to put him behind the 10. That means he can see the entire ball.
Wow, doesn't look like it from here, does it?
But why would he call the bank? Can he play position on the 4 from that angle?
I think he's playing the safe, just calling.
Maybe he can't see the right side of the 3. I think that's what it is. Oh, he just called it just to call it, I guess. Oh, I see. He did have enough of an angle to get on the
that was
on
risky.
The 4 ball.
That was risky. Now I'm looking right down the line of this, and I'm looking right at Ralph SOUQUET. We're both down having a real look at this. I think he might just be able to twist it round the 9, but it's not going to give him position.
Well, he might be able to jump it with his whole cue because he only needs to jump it over part of the 9 ball,
he's
right?
actually going for his jump cue. Look.
Yeah, did he call the extension already?
No, he has got an extension. He will need to call it, which he's just called.
Okay.
Right on cue, Tony. Now, how does he get to the 4? Or does he just leave himself? a safety on the 4. Surely
Well, you definitely want to draw it back here for
He
sure.
can't draw back from that, can he?
Oh yeah, absolutely. With the air rush, absolutely.
Really?
I can draw table length with that jump.
No.
Cue. Yeah, I've done it.
I want to see that later.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm going to film it, you know that, and then I'll put it on my Facebook page. How about that?
Absolutely.
Righto, it's a deal. So he has left an easy starter for Fedor.
Want to say hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you for tuning in and for your comments. We appreciate each and every single one, and appreciate each and every single one of you.
Oh, what a great... I don't know whether he played to just clip that 6 away from the 5. I think he did. He's a bit unlucky to end up right on the top of Mount Everest.
Well, I was going to say, not only did he end up on top of Mount Everest, but he tied up the 6 and the 10. So, you know, if he can make this and end up with enough of an angle in the 5, he will have the ability to, or the opportunity to pocket the 5 and run into the 6, but unfortunately he missed it.
Now, has it gone past the point of no return for the side? It has, but it goes into this bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if Ralph feels good,
he's going to go demolish. The referee just trying to demolish the commentary booth.
Yeah.
John Lehman, our head referee and tournament director, he's wrecking the place.
This shot right here, Mark, I think he needs to come off the rail and run into the 7 ball if he pockets a 4. Because if he runs into the 7 ball, he'll have just the right angle to pocket the 5 ball and
like
break
that.
him up. Yeah,
just
but he missed it. He missed it.
Now then, has he got a shot at it? He can go rail first here, no problem. Left-hand English, swing the cue ball round 2 rails for the 5 into the same pocket.
Well, I mean, if he goes rail first, he's going to have to go 3 rails to get on the 5. But the thing is that he wants to leave the cue ball more or less where it's at right now. Because if you end up with too much of an angle, you won't have, you know, the prime angle to break up the cluster and end up with a shot on the 6.
Here we go.
He overhit it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to finish straight. Don't finish straight on this. Needs some kind of an angle. Well, he's got a little bit.
So he can shoot a stop shot there and then play a safe on the 6 ball, right? Stun run, as you would say.
I think he can maybe run off the back rail. A little bit of left-hand English and run into the 6-10. Has he got enough angle to do that?
If he has the angle to do that, then, I mean, that would be great. But I
didn't have it.
You know what it is, Mark? These pockets are playing so tight. You know, there were a couple of shots that I shot, and I saw some of these elite players shoot that they were shocked that when they hit it with a little bit of speed, just because they hit it a little off, they wound up missing it. So you have to make sure that you feel comfortable with that speed, and you know you're going to make it before you go into it, because you don't have that much wiggle room. Right?
Yeah, when Tony says pockets are playing tight, on day 1, new cloth, the rail, everything's new, and the pockets are a little bit more forgiving, but as the days go past, the pockets tighten up, the rails don't slide as much, so the table's forever changing, isn't it, Tony?
Yeah. But it's great because it puts you on point. You know, it keeps you focused.
Yeah, the pockets are 4 1/4 inches, which is about standard now, I would say, for most tournaments. About 4 1/4 inches. I think that's a nice size. I prefer to see 4 inch for the Worlds and stuff like that, and the Moscone Cup I like 4 inches.
Yeah, I think 4 inches is a little too tight because you don't have as much wiggle room, in my opinion. I think you still need to have, in order for you to play the game, you need to have the ability to cheat the pocket somewhat. You know, it takes away from the game, and you find that's why I truly believe that some of the players struggle with the Moscone Cup. That's my opinion. I think 4 1/4, like they had for the U.S. Open, is perfect. You know, but 4, I think that's a little too much.
You need to learn to shoot more accurately, mate. Get better position, leave yourself an angle so you don't have to cheat the pockets. That's my philosophy on it. But then again, I'm not a player.
Oh yeah, but my philosophy in that is, I agree with you, but then what happens when your opponent misses and leaves you a shot that you have to cheat the pocket, and if you don't, you might end up giving him or her a turn at the table again. You see my point?
I do.
So it's like,
I haven't thought of it like that before.
But anyway, he made a great shot to come 4 rails on the 6 ball. I mean, on the 6 ball to come 4 rails for the 7. And he's either going to bank this or he's going to play safe.
He's going to cut this in the side, round the back of the 10, up for the 8. No problem.
Oh, yeah, he can definitely cut that.
Yeah.
See, I thought he had way too much angle to do that. Ooh, he barely made that.
Beautiful shot. Look at this. It's going to run absolutely perfect.
And this is for the first set.
Yeah. 3-2 ahead. 3-2 ahead. This, as you say, will
That's
take
that
the
draw
first set.
stroke with control that I told you about, right?
Yeah, and he's absolutely perfect on this straightforward draw off the side rail. Nice little bit of right hand maybe, just to tease it down towards the 10, just like that. It is going to be the first set, but don't forget, we've got another set to come, and if SOUQUET wins it, we'll be going to a shootout. In it goes, and we'll be back with the second set just in a few minutes. back to Casino del Sol here at Arizona Open. Fedor GORST has just taken the first set. Second set now, Fedor to break. We have another race to four with me in the booth. Tony Robles. And the one ball goes in, Tony.
Yeah, one of the very few times that he doesn't have a shot. So he's been breaking it pretty solid this match, but as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people in the tour, a lot of the top players in the tour consider Fedor to be the best jump shot shooter. And this is standard for him. Nice control.
Yeah, and that's why people rate him as the best in the world at jumping. Just to bring you a few scores, latest scores from the outside tables. Kang Lee has taken the first set against Chris Reinhold, and they're 2-2 in the second. Albin Ocean took the first set 4-0 and is 2-1 up in the second. Mieszko Fortuński has taken the first set also against Pius Labutis from Lithuania. Okay, so you're up to date. We are back on the table. Fedor GORST.
Yeah, over here I think he's going to shoot between the 9-10 and then between the 9 and the 5 to go 2 rails and go past the point where he's shooting from now and just go past that 6 ball. Play position. He decided to go the other way, which is not bad. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, took one obstacle out of the equation, I guess.
Just a little farther away from the ball, that's all. But I mean, this kid's stroke is so awesome too. He look how solid he hits his 4 ball, come off 1 rail, and it looks like it gets to the center of the table with no effort.
You talk about him being the best in the world at jumping. He's not far off the best in the world with his stroke, I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
I actually think it's just a gorgeous thing to watch. And somebody else that's, you know, they have the same coach as well. I know Tyler Steyer has been going to Johan as well. A great coach, and he's a big, you know, he loves the elbow drop. A lot of other coaches don't like it. I personally love it. I think it results in a smoother stroke, more feel and more action on the cue ball with less effort.
Yeah. He knew there was a risk landing on top of Mount Everest there, but he, you know, there was zero risk of ending up frozen on the ball. So there's a big difference.
Yeah, that's not so much at Mount Everest as Kilimanjaro, one.
Let's call it mini Everest.
Yeah.
See, now over here, he either wants to get straight on the 7 to draw it straight back for the 8, or a slight angle. I prefer the slight angle on the 7, so that way I have options.
Yeah, one worry with Fedor as he gets towards the end of tournaments, I know he does suffer slightly from a bad back. I know he has physiotherapy on it. He's actually meant him pulling out of a tournament once before. And you'll see when he gets down on those shots sometime, on those ones where he's bridging over a ball, he's very, very slow to get down and careful. And I'm sure that's something to do with his back problem.
Interesting point. I didn't know he had a back problem.
Yeah, he actually, it meant he missed one of the, I think it made him miss the Ohio Open last year, the last event in the CSI calendar. And just a reminder, there's 6 events also in the calendar this year. From here we go to Wisconsin, then it's Las Vegas for the Super Expo, and then we go Michigan, Ohio, and we end up, well, you're going to be going here, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's right. I might be doing commentary in Spanish for the Predator Championship.
So nicely on the 10, no mistake on the 9 ball this time. One set up, and he looks to be going 1 rack up in a race to 4 in the second. And in it goes. Now I hear you're off to LA on Tuesday. Did you get your flight booked? Did you get your COVID test booked?
I did. I actually have a COVID test at 4:30 p.m. today because they're requiring me to take the test before I get on the flight to LA to do a gig over there with Condé Nast, which is a big media company, one of the biggest in the world. I had the pleasure of working with them and GQ magazine to do a video called The Breakdown. And it's a lot of fun, and I'm scheduled to leave to LA tomorrow, but I got a late night text last night saying they might switch it to Florida on the week of the 24th, and I would absolutely love that.
That's better for you, right? Because you're a Miami man.
Yeah, yep. So that's why they would switch it to Florida, because they know I'm there. So.
Just a quick word about our sponsors before we get underway with the next rack. Thank you so much to Kamui and Alpha Cryptocurrency and Seabirds.com for all you need with all your little knickknacks, all your little pool-related bits of equipment. Back to the match. Fedor breaking off.
He stopped the cue ball there again. He's been controlling it really well.
Just to run through
this time he didn't make the ball though.
Just run through the rules very, very quickly for you. We are playing 10 ball, of course. It is early 10s count. Make it on the break. It is call shot though on every other shot. You must call shot. We're playing with a 30-second shot clock, and it's 2 races to 4. And if we're level at 1 set each, we go to the very exciting, the very dramatic, but for the players it can be traumatic, the 10 ball shootout. I know you've had a couple of them yourself, Tony.
Yeah, those are pretty brutal. I absolutely love it though, because they're exciting. They're so exciting.
If that doesn't get the blood pumping around the veins, nothing will.
Every time there's a shootout, you see a big crowd gather around the table.
Yeah, last night was just an incredible experience. We had Naoki Oi, the Japanese joker, playing against Jesus Asensio, and they went to a shootout, and it was an epic shootout. Ended up 14-13 to Naoki Oi, and the whole arena stopped. Even the players stopped play here. Fedor GORST was playing against Roberto Gomez. Roberto Gomez actually asked, can we stop the game for a minute? We want to watch the end of the shootout.
He's funny. He's hilarious. So I'm trying to figure out if Ralph can make the 2 there, or is he trying to play a safe here? 2 off the 6 and lead the cue ball by the 5. Yep, he overhit it, but he got away with it.
He's got a double kiss on the 2, which has helped him. I think there might be an edge here, though. Can he? Is there an edge? No, he's obviously not, because he has not even looked at it.
He's going to call the 10. You got to call the 10 bank just in case, because I mean, if you end up hitting it that good and making it and not calling it, you're not going to be happy with yourself.
Yeah, my first thought was, can he just get enough on the 2 ball to just draw onto the 10? But he can't. He hasn't got enough of the 2 showing. So he's going to kick this.
Ooh, he almost kicked it off the cue ball. Well, he left Ralph a shot.
Now then, chance for Ralph SOUQUET.
This is what Ralph's been waiting patiently for. And he is a very patient player, one of the best ever.
He sat in his chair for a little while, but he'll be ready. Sits there, I'm sure he does a little bit of meditation while he's sat in his chair.
Yeah, you can never count Ralph out. He's one of the greatest players that ever lived, bar none.
Excuse me. This is coming around nicely. Just a little stun off the side rail, Tony. The 4 into the same pocket, imagine. And all in the open. Like a little drill down here, look. 5 to 6.
Yeah, and the key here is a 5 to the 6, because he needs a correct angle on the 6 to get, the 5 to get to the 6.
Just played that. That's a gorgeous shot, well controlled. Perfect position now, as you say. Needs to get on this 5 to get on the 6 properly, which will enable him to get on that 7. So key shot coming up.
That's the shot right there. Just get slightly past the 5 ball, so that way you have an angle to go to the left-hand side of the pocket, of the table, and shoot the 6 2 rails past the 8 and the 9. The 8 does go in both the lower left and right-hand pockets.
Albin Ocean has beaten fellow countryman Max Lechner 2 sets to 0. 4-0,
So he got
4-1.
a little straighter than I think he wanted to on that one.
Yeah, I'm sat right behind this, and he's absolutely dead straight on this one.
Yeah, he definitely wanted a bit more of an angle. I think he meant to cheat the pocket a little more with the 5 ball.
I think he just needs to stop it where it is, Tony, to be honest.
Yeah, sometimes when you don't cheat, you get cheated, right?
That's another one I'm writing down. Give me my pen.
Very smart. I love it. I love it. He just has such great control, but also, plays the highest percentage shots.
Well, let me just say, there is no player wiser than the Kaiser.
I love it.
So much experience. I wonder how many cue balls he's hit in his life.
Lord knows. So smooth, so smooth. So here he has an angle to play the 9 ball in the same pocket. Has just the right angle. I mean, if he has the angle to do that, that's a shot because, I mean, you know, hitting this with inside spin is very tricky, especially at this point in the match, right?
Yeah, I'm going to come back the other side of it, as you say. And he has done so perfectly. Here we go then. He's not the tallest of guys, but I think he can just about reach this. It'd be a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's going to go between the rail or is he going to go straight up. That's the way to shoot it right there.
So we're going to be level at 1-1 in the second set. Ralph Souquet has to win this one. If he doesn't, he's going to be out of the tournament. And just bring you some other scores from around the arena. Kang Lee is 2-2 with Chris Reinhold in the second set, having won the first. As I just told you, Albin Ocean through to the last 8, winning in 2 straight sets. Mieszko Fortunski took the first set against Piers Labutus and is 2-0 ahead in the second set. Players coming into the arena still warming up. We have Francisco Sanchez Ruiz warming up. We can see in the background Conrad Musician is also warming up, and also the crowd are getting warmed up. There's a few players and spectators stood over to our left, and we've got a lovely box of donuts. And I want to thank a guy called Mike who came up to us and said really appreciates what we're doing in the commentary booth and all the guys doing work in the cameras and the technology. And he said, I've bought you all a donut, but don't give one to John Lehman because we don't want any icing going all over that cue ball. Here we go then, Ralph Souquet to break off.
You're hilarious, man. You're hilarious. It's funny. I can't wait till this match is done so that I can tear those donuts out.
Oh,
yeah,
he's scratched. Wow. He's in the drink.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, anytime you're scratching a race before, it's unfortunate because you give up a massive advantage. And it's not to say that he did it intentionally. No one ever scratches intentionally in the break. It's just unfortunate.
Fedor's going to play this down the bottom corner, bottom left hand as you look.
Well, he definitely wants to play the 2 to the point where he has shape on the 3 in the side. And if he can step straight on the 2 ball, he could just play a stop shot on the 2 ball and play the 3 in the side.
Yeah, and 4 also in the vicinity. So the cue ball has hardly got to travel to make the 2, 3, and 4.
Well, he wanted to make sure that he got straight enough on the 2 to the point where he doesn't have to worry about accidentally leaving it on top of the 7. You know, we've had enough Mount Everest for this match.
I think he maybe might just run into this 7 ball, just clip into the 7 maybe.
Yeah, that's not a bad option at all. You know,
Oh,
assuming he had an angle.
Yeah, he was straight enough.
An angle.
No problem there then.
He has a slight angle on the 3, so he's fine here. Just get enough angle on the 4 ball to come 1 rail for the 6 ball, slightly past the 8.
Ralph has never been ahead in this match, hasn't been ahead yet. And we're getting videoed by, well, you're going to be joined for the next match, Tony. I'm going to vacate for the legend, the Arizonian. He's a Hall of Famer as well in Arizona, in the Arizona Pool League. George Teachea, he's going to be joining you for the next game. I'm going to go and take those 6 donuts with me and grab a cup of coffee.
Not before I get mine. So over here he goes 1 rail towards the center of the table and then go 1 rail on the 7 for the 8 ball.
Our production director sat over there, production manager, licking his lips in anticipation. He's got his eyes on that strawberry one. And
So I think he might, no, it looks like he overhit that one a bit. Let me see.
I think he's pretty
I'm not sure
okay.
if that's where he wanted to end up, because now he has to stun it over. He's still in good shape. I'm not saying, you know, he's not out.
It really does look in
Yeah.
a player in complete control at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even when he's slightly out, as we said, Tony, he's got that lovely cue power, which allows him to just stroke the cue ball around the table anywhere he wants it.
Yeah, whenever he gets out of line, he always ends up BIL.
Back in line.
There you go.
Or
you got
bang
it.
in line.
No, back in line.
So this then to take a 2-1 lead, and we're going to take a little break if this goes in, and it has, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Okay, welcome back. Fedor breaking off in this last 16 match. He's a set up and 2-1 up against the Kaiser, Ralph SOUQUET. Another solid hit. Has he made a ball though? I don't think he has.
Yeah, he waved his hand to apologize to Ralph for being in behind the 5.
Yeah, what do you do here? Do you try and bend this off this side rail past the 8 ball and make it?
I mean, you have to leave it in by the lower right-hand pocket if you're going to push.
I mean, yeah, but this is a guy. How can you push against this guy? He'll just jump it, pot it, and get shape on the 2 ball.
No, but he really doesn't have. I don't even know if the 2 ball has access to the same pocket as the 1 ball. What I'm saying is, if he goes ahead and pushes a cue ball to that side of the table, to the opposite side of the table by the pocket, he at least, you know, has a defensive opportunity, you know, defend himself a bit.
I think he's pushing above the 10 here. Leave the 10 ball over the 10, over Mount. Oh, he's gone through the gap.
Yeah, that's what I said. You put it on that side, right? Put it on that side. Leave it by the pocket, and if he listen, this is how I feel about situations like these. If I push out, he makes it and gets out. God bless him. At least I made him earn it, right? As opposed to just giving it to him by taking a crazy shot, right?
I tell you what, I was saying there was no one wiser than the Kaiser.
Yeah.
There's no one more smart than Mr. Tony over there as well. You know, as I walk around the arena talking to people, they always comment on how knowledgeable you are. You're the new Jeremy Jones.
I miss Jeremy. I wish Jeremy was here. I'm dying to do commentary with Jeremy. He's one of the greatest commentators in the world.
He certainly is, and sending wishes to Jeremy and his family. I know he had COVID, which is why he's not here at the moment.
Well, if that's the case, I hope you get well, buddy. Hope you get well soon.
Fedor just having a look to see if that 2-ball does pass the 3. Maybe it does pass the 3.
Or if it does, then he's probably going to elevate. If he doesn't, then he's just going to bank at 2 rails. I mean, 1 rail, and have the cue ball go 2 rails.
Yeah, a lot of traffic, isn't there?
I mean, listen, if he hits it with just the right speed and the 1 doesn't go in, the 1 can actually come off the 2nd rail and end up, you know, in front of the 4-10-9.
I actually like cross-banking this 1 ball across the table into this other the bottom left-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, and I don't see a double kiss here either. You see, that's it. And then it comes right by the 4, 9, and 10.
Yeah, good shot.
I think he might have let him see it. Let me see.
Oh, and he just brushed that 3.
Yeah.
Now, has it made the 2-ball on, or has it made the 2-ball not on?
Well, that might have definitely increased the chances of making the 2-ball. The thing is that Ralph can see. I think Ralph can see the 1 a bit.
He can.
He can definitely see it.
He's got a safety. He probably just lay the 1 ball up on the side rail on the left and cue ball over on this right hand side.
He needs to take advantage of that small little ball wall of balls that he has there.
Yeah, won't be a lot of pace in this shot. Look at that lovely stroke, and he's played
it
to perfection, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he did. He hit it great.
Yeah. Great shot, well controlled. Pushing the cue ball down towards the 1 ball. That was a gorgeous shot. It's little shots like that, isn't it, that can go wrong, Tony, and lose you a rack. So even though it's not, doesn't look like a difficult shot to make, it was. And I can tell you, Kang Lee has beaten Chris Reinhold. Great result there, and Kang Lee only got his new Predator equipment a couple of weeks ago. And the interesting point here about his cue, he's using a Sang Lee butt. The Predator have brought out a new range of Sang Lee butts, but he's using a very good free cushion player, Kang Lee, as you know, plays at Carom Cafe in New York. He's actually using a Carom shaft, which is, I think, it's about 2 inches shorter than a pull shaft. So well done, Kang Lee, the Kangster.
Congratulations.
Through
I'm very
to
proud
the last
of him.
8.
Very, very proud of him.
And he's a lovely kid. Spent 10 days at his place in New York, in Flushing, last year.
How awesome is Carom Cafe, huh?
Just everything I could ever want in there. You've got snooker tables, pool tables, carom tables, and you've even got table tennis tables.
All kinds of tables.
All kinds of tables.
Well, let's see what Ralphie Boy's going to do here. I've been calling him Ralphie Boy for years. Kind of like the Honeymooners. Don't know if you ever seen or watch the Honeymooners.
And I'll tell you what, Chris Reinhold was unbeaten till then. He came through the winner's side, hadn't lost a match.
And now he's out.
And now he's out, Kang Lee. Well done, Kang. Oh, and look at this. Well, I hope he's got his spikes on, because once again, he's on Mount Everest.
Yeah.
But if he wins this one, it's Ralph
He's calling the
SOUQUET.
2-ball.
If he makes this one, it's Ralph SOUQUET that will have a mountain to climb, isn't it?
Yeah.
He'll be 3-1 down and 1 set down.
Yeah, this is a very, very important rack for Ralph if you know, he wants to increase the chances of possibly winning the 2nd set.
Yeah, that's a great shot as well. Well controlled over a ball. So
no, he hit that great. He hit that great.
Interesting little safety battle here. I do enjoy a safety battle. I know the fans do as well. It's not all about breaking and running racks. That can be boring sometimes.
Yeah, right. Not if you're winning. Over here, I kind of like the bank, believe it or not. I like the bank because the cue ball might end up getting stopped by the 6 for the 3, and then the 7 might become a blocker for the 2 if it doesn't go in the pocket. Oh, but he ran it straight into the 7. I see. I don't know if that's what his intention was. I think he did mean to make the 2-ball. He just undercut it, you know?
Yeah, you're going to see Fedor elevate here, I think. Going to be digging down on the cue ball. Bring it off the side rail. Back down for the 3. There you go. This is a shot he plays so well. Watch him raise the butt of the cue in the air.
No, watch his fundamentals when he shoots his shot. See, he elevates, but notice how he doesn't move at all. See how he didn't move a muscle?
What a,
Yeah.
you know, that is just
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It should-
Great
Unbelievable.
control.
That should be illegal. That's how good he is. It's so good it should be illegal.
Where's the potting police when you need them? Yeah, terrific shot. And, well, a little bit of work to do still, but it's looking pretty elementary, my dear Watson.
No, he's in good shape here. You know, once he goes from the 5 to the 6, he's probably going to want to go 3 rails on the 6 ball to get to the 7.
He's looking to now come between the 9 and the 7 here. Come round 2 rails. Leave the 5 into the same pocket, I think, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, if he can get enough hit it, if he has a full enough hit on the ball where he can hit it with top right, he's in good shape. He doesn't have to worry about going through the traffic. It all depends on how he feels. He is on the thick side. Look at that. Wow.
Don't go too far, though.
That's kind of why
okay.
I didn't like that shot, but I
That's
guess
okay.
he didn't have a choice. He didn't have the angle to come short. The good thing about the angle that he has on the 5 here is now he can leave it by the center of the table and go 3 rails in between the 8 and the 9 for the 7.
Yeah, he was governed by having to get between the 7 and the 9, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Still fancying here, though. Has to mind that 6 ball with his hand. If he does touch it,
Watch
he'll
the fundamentals again.
be the first person to jump up and say, I fouled.
There you go.
Oh, that's beautiful. And now we're going to get to see that lovely stroke again, Tony. I'm looking forward to
Well,
this one.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, he might decide to draw 2 rails for the 7.
Yeah.
You know, you see, that's where he's putting his cue, because that's the angle that he has. He would have needed a much thinner hit in order to go 3 or 4 rails with follow. You know, over here he would have to slide it, or, you know, stun follow it with a lot of right if he wanted to go 4 rails. And I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea since the table's still sliding. You know,
not the way he cued. Just draw it back.
Did he get there? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
He's
Did
only
he get
just got there perfectly.
Yep.
What a shot again
Yep.
from GORST. Wow. I tell you what, he had that little hiccup yesterday against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, where he just didn't play anything to what normal Feder GORST can play. Said he couldn't feel his arm. Well, he certainly got the feeling back.
Oh yeah. No, he's spot on with position now.
In full flow, and there's no better sight than an in-flow Feder.
Did he get enough angle here? Yes, he did.
Yeah, just bounce it off the side. We're going to be going to 3-1 here. He'll be on the hill. Oh, that's even played. Come across the face of it. Look into the same pocket. What a lovely shot that is. Got the cue ball on the string, as we say. So in goes the 10 then, and he's on the hill. We'll be back. Welcome back to finals day here in the Casino del Sol in Tucson, Arizona, and things really hotting up in the desert. Predator GORST is on the hill. He's been on a few mountains, now he's on the hill. Tony Robles, thoughts?
Well, I tell you what, it's looking like a run out here. If he can get on that 3 ball, he's probably going to be out for sure. But as I said earlier, you can never count Ralph out. Ralph is a veteran, former world champion, former U.S. Open champion. But Federer, the way he's played this match so far, with the opportunities he's had, he seems pretty determined to run out here and put the finishing touch.
Another result to bring you from one of the outside tables. Mieszko Fortunski, the Butcher, has just beaten Pius Labutis on a shootout. They were 1-settle, and then the Polish guy won on the shootout 3-0. Back here, Predator GORST is 3-1 up in the second set and a set-up with this run out here to clinch the match and advance to the last 8. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, came a little short on that one, but he should still be in good shape here. He just...
Do you know what I like doing here? Can I say a shot here?
Absolutely.
Draw off side rail, top rail, back for the
2 rails?
For 5 into the, yeah, 2 rails, 5 into the top right-hand pocket. I'm going to stick my neck out on that one.
I think he's going to hit it with soft follow, come off the rail. And not even. Oh, wow, he missed it.
No.
Yeah, wow, that was a surprise. Yeah, that's why I say you can never count Ralph out if he has the opportunity.
Wow, and I'll tell you what, he's left an edge, has he? No.
Yeah, but he
I
didn't.
don't think so. He can play a safety here, though, Tony.
Yeah, he didn't exactly leave him in a good position. It's not an easy save. If he can go past the 10 ball, then maybe. Yeah, he can go between the 6 and the 10. He can definitely do that, yeah. If he can spin it enough to catch that 4 flush, might be able to stop the cue ball there. Has to hope that the 4 doesn't run into the 9 stop there and end up leaving him a shot in the side or in the corner.
I think Ralph has one of the best temperaments I've ever seen in the game.
Yeah.
Never changes, does it? His demeanour is always looks the same. You could never guess it. I'll bet he's a great poker player.
Yeah. I don't think he plays poker.
No, but he would.
I've known him for 30 years. I've never seen him play. I don't even. The only thing I know about poker is how to spell it. So.
He would make a good one if he did, though.
Oof. Yeah, that one hurt.
Just starting out their match, Conrad Musician is playing against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz on one of the outer tables. And this format has proved to be very exciting, and some terrific players in this last 16. You just go through them: SOUQUET, GORST, Reinhold, Kang Lee, Max Lechner, Albin Ocean, Mieszko Fortunski, Labutis. Still to come in later on matches, we've got Joven Bustamante, Michael Schneider, Roland Garcia, Nokioi. So much talent. Omar Al Shaheen is still in, Dennis Grabe.
And you expect me to pick one? Come on.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
You can't pick a winner, can you? But I think you're looking at him right there.
Yeah, well, he's a defending champion, and when you're a defending champion, you always have that extra motivation, and you know that gives you the confidence and puts you in a comfortable spot as well.
And of course, ranking points on offer
Oh,
here as well.
Look, he was playing the combination. Wow, how good did he hit that ball?
Ranking points are available here as well to give you automatic entry into the World 10 Ball as well, which will be in Vegas, a packed event. More about that afterwards. This 10 Ball then for Fedor GORST to win by 2-0 and go through to the last 8. Don't go anywhere because we've got a match coming straight up for you. And in it goes, and that's it. The handshake all over. We'll be back very soon.